And you are welcome. It is time for What's Up and About, ladies. Now, very interesting conversation. Might be tallying off of something that we discussed last week when we talked about Japanese or Japa, which is the local trending balance for immigration out of Nigeria. It's a big deal right now, especially with everything going on. People are considering this option. However, what about the consequences of immigration on families, whether as a unit or as an expanded unit, on partners or even on children? Are we considering the fact that this actually has an effect on the individuals that play inside of that unit? Take partners, for instance. When you leave or one partner in a unit leaves, how does the other manage the situation, especially with the kids or even as a person? There's the human need for companionship and coitus and all of that. What happens then? Are we building families? I know.
You just had to glide. Okay, let's go.
You had to bring us back there.
No, we did not.
Are we considering how this is affecting us as a culture? The kind of families we're building eventually when people leave. There's always an effect when you say somebody's not present in a family, whether on you as the other partner or on your kids, especially the children. The absence of a father, like what we talked about from earlier, or the absence of a mother. What does it do to an adult after you're grown? Do you note that there are certain little things or attributes that you, or not factors, effects that it will have on you as an adult that you can't place where it's all coming from.
You probably didn't even realize
exactly.
You.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is this: for years, people have always had instances where they have to live apart for a while, especially married couples. But living apart, say, when your marriage is still quite young, is usually frowned at. However, it's become the norm now.
Yeah.
In fact, some people get married virtually. So you're abroad, you send your photos get married to the woman, or your photos get married to the man. No, I've actually witnessed a wedding where the woman lives abroad. She's a Nigerian. She relocated years back, and then her pictures were what the man married.
Wow.
While they started working on his papers, and then he went to join her. But in some cases, you're unable to join because the man is still trying to find his feet for one reason or the other. And so those kind of things cause a lot of friction. And so you see the man getting married to someone else there. And in some cases, the woman even agrees.
Yeah.
So that he can get his papers, and then later he would divorce the Okay, I'm giving too much information.
Anyways, my take on this, to be honest, is I don't know, but I'll say I think based on like families that I know certain information about, I think most times you hardly find, let me not say hardly, but growing up, right, my dad wasn't home most of the time. Right? He wasn't out of the country, he was within, but because of the nature of his job, he got posted very often. And when you have kids, of course, you can't afford to be moving. Do you understand? I think now it has just changed, right? Just now that it's abroad, people are literally moving abroad. But I think most times, and there are even families that are still together, that the father is still absent.
Yeah.
The father leaves the house early in the morning, comes back when the kids are asleep, and all of that. Do you understand? So now I think the dynamics have just changed to literally living abroad. But then again, talking about the idea of Japa or the situation of Japa, I think now it's becoming very, very, because some people now,
normalized.
I know, yes, some people are actually just getting married, and then the next thing is, okay, I'm moving my wife out of the country, okay, and all of that. And to be honest, we won't really blame them, if you ask me. The present state of this country and the coming elections.
My focus, however, is on the effects.
On the effects of
what
the
it's going to turn out to be in the next 20 years when kids in such arrangements grow up, how it affects them. Let's take a look at the situation as is now without the Japa syndrome, when parents are absent, like from our conversation. There are certain years in a child's life that you absolutely need the presence of a father, and there are others where you absolutely need the presence of a mother. You find out that after a certain period of time, children start to overcompensate for the loss, or rather for the absence of any of those partners. By some means or the other, it could be in forms of maybe relationships, always wanting to be in a relationship, or perhaps maybe sometimes it could be some sort of aggression, especially when you hit puberty, you know. And without a father there, you're not attending to that emotional need of that child. Without a mother, I can't remember what age exactly and what the factor is or what the effect is on children, but it's a problem for me noting. Suggestion, I'm thinking, how much easier could it be for families to immigrate or migrate together? I know that it's difficult. I know it's based on your pocket size and what you know, but it's just a thought for me. Everybody's considering this, it would seem. Are you considering it as an individual? Okay, I'll go and you guys can join me later. Or no, we have to live as a family just so that we can protect.
So there are actually several angles to look at it from. There are some men who actually package. I use the word package deliberately. Package their family, send them abroad, and hustle in Nigeria. While some men will keep their family here, and then they, you know.
Which is the better option?
For me, the better option is
everybody
the family
being together.
But if that cannot be afforded,
why shouldn't it be?
Which was why I feel it's even cheaper. I feel that is even
it's
cheaper.
a lot
having
cheaper,
the whole
even
family together. To be honest,
we have to also consider the fact that yes, there's the cost of you know renting a suitable place where you arrive, and rent, you know, the exchange rates can be mind blowing. But it's always better to have a very good plan before you leave at the end of the day.
True.
It's always good to have a very good plan.
I've always just thought that perhaps, maybe it is easier for a father to leave, work for the family, exchange rates and everything, care for family.
I think a lot of men have that opinion, and to be honest, I don't know personally. I don't like that idea.
Nah, I don't like it either.
I don't like that. I think it's better you stay as a family unit. Even if you have to, maybe not for so long.
Yes, like there's no how. Even the woman needs her husband.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so taking up from where we stopped on Coffee Gist, and a lot of back and forth in between since then. And so I just feel we need to point out the fact that this whole Japa thing, at the end of the day, yes, it's for your good as a family, but if it's not working, there's no shame in retracting. I've seen so many people go, you know, abroad, and then they can't send money home, and they feel like failures. Come back and
You want them to
take
come
a
back
job.
after all of that money spent, all of the expectation from family.
So is it better to, you know,
and you better make it work.
ruin your life there? How can you say better make it work?
To be honest,
my point is, if you're not sure it's not going to work, don't endeavor.
That's the thing. So many people go into it without planning well.
But the truth is that there's no certainty.
Yes.
Like, everything is a risk.
It's a risk.
Right? We have to take. And to be honest, in my opinion, sometimes, I think men actually use it as a way out. Seriously, to be very honest, I feel men intentionally
abandon your families.
Not abandon, but like send their families away just to have that time to themselves. I'm serious.
We'll give you money.
And most times, men are of the opinion that, oh no, it's fine. Even when the woman is trying to look at, actually, you mentioned doing it at a very early stage of marriage, right? Even when the woman is trying to say, okay, you know what, I think it's too early for this and all of that. We need to be together to bond and all of that. But the man's like, no, we have to literally go and make better choices for our kids and things like that. So,
and the next thing, they'll tell you that, like some people's story that we heard recently, we have to marry a Nigerian wife.
Because the
man cannot live alone. We need companionship.
There was the unfortunate story last week of the gentleman who traveled and only 2 weeks after got killed by a drunk driver.
2 months.
2 months after.
Yes, he got very sad. Like, how can you work so hard? Borrowed money from Yabiliki, from Ya Anthony, Mr. Okonkwo. They are expecting their money. You now get there. One drunk driver now ends.
It was a very sad one, and
very
I
sad.
just hope that that's not the common occurrence. But in any case, all right. What are we doing next? I think we have the weather coming up.
Weather now.
And of course, the rest of Wake Up Nigeria.